Welcome back to Mewni Mayhem on the Roundtable. I'm AwestruckVox.
And my name is Tom.
And we're here with our review of the episode DEMONCISM. So, this episode is kind of a follow-up to yesterday's episode, Club Snubbed. Tom decides to get rid of his demons, and in order to do that, he's going to perform a literal demoncism and exorcism, an exercise of his demons, like a literal demon inside of him. And it turns out Ponyhead's ex-boyfriend, or one of her many ex-boyfriends, has actually done demoncism before, and now he's like all nerdy and stuff, so Star's like, okay, Tom's gonna get rid of what makes Tom Tom. And she doesn't want to be devoid of his personality, but he wants to go through with this. And I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really enjoying the direction taking of Tom's character. However, I feel like fans, especially more in the shipping category, it's going to be a field day today in the fandom. It's going to be a field day, Tom. So do you have any initial thoughts, hot takes?
I just want to say that whole scene with Ponyhead's ex-boyfriend felt kind of unnecessary.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like it felt like it was going somewhere, and then it's just it didn't need to be there.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it definitely was padding for jokes, but I don't know, I liked it. I thought that was rather humorous.
I felt like it went on for too long.
Yeah, it did go on for too long.
If they just cut it down, then it would have been better, but
yeah,
it just felt pointless after a while.
Yeah, and he was repeating himself too much, I feel like, which I thought was kind of funny, because the demon system kind of broke him, but it was also all right, we need to move on to the episode.
Yeah.
And they probably could have used that time to spend more time on the actual demoncism. How did you feel about the fact that they're kind of hinting at TomStar being a thing, or Star's gonna give him another chance? Because it seems like the episode kind of forced or set up because they're holding hands, and even though it seems like Tom really is doing this for himself, it feels like just naturally their chemistry is gonna bring them together.
It feels like they're definitely trying to set up a love triangle between Tom, Star, and Marco. Especially with, well, I'm not going to get into that because that's the next episode, but just with everything that happened these last two episodes, it feels like that's what they're trying to set up for.
Yeah, and I mean, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's kind of repetitive? They're just kind of going out of their way to...
As long as it doesn't go on forever, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I hope whatever happens between Tom, Star, and Marco, they don't drag it out for past the season.
Yeah, as long as it's not what's gonna happen? They're using it as advertising and marketing and everything, constantly, to the point where it just becomes all right, we get it.
Yeah. So how do you? I feel like Tom's character up to this point, he's a lot different than he was in season 1. He's still angry, and I actually really enjoy the ending that the demoncism worked, but it only got rid of one demon, and there's This did say hundreds of thousands. They said there's a lot of demons inside of Tom.
I think they just said thousands.
I really enjoyed that just because, it would have been cheap and it would have been kind of a cop-out to just have Tom do a demoncism now and bam, he's not angry anymore. He's this changed guy, but he didn't earn the change.
Yeah.
He took the cheap way out. So I was really happy with that conclusion that he didn't back out of it. So it shows that he was committed to it, but it didn't solve all of his problems. And in order for them to solve all of his problems, he's gonna have to work through those problems. And I don't mind if Star still to help him through those problems. I don't want them to backtrack on this. I don't want him to get jealous or paranoid or Marcus to the point where he's angry and then Star doesn't want to be associated with him again, because it would be taking 2 steps back in a completely unnecessary direction. It would feel like a whole waste of time. So my main thing is, if they're gonna do this Tom Star thing, have it count. Have it be something more than just padding until they do Starco.
Yeah, because there is a way to do this.
Yeah.
And we've seen it done the wrong way so many times. And with a show like this, we don't want to see that happen. We want to see them actually deal with it in a way that makes sense with the plot and with the characters, and actually progresses the relationships.
Once again, they're doing a much better job with Ponyhead this season. Like I said, she's been consistently funny. She's been a solid character. I really liked the way she was stalling her demoncism.
Yeah.
There's a scene where I literally laughed out loud when she was we gotta talk about our new robes for the fall season. Everyone want maroon. And then one guy awkwardly raises his hand.
Or who's bringing... We gotta discuss
The
who's bringing
potluck.
what to potluck, because I don't want to get there and there's nothing but chips.
I actually hope she gets an arc this season. Not an arc, but some character development.
Yeah.
Because even though I am enjoying that she's funny, if they're gonna have her be more of a consistent presence, I want it to be more than just a comic relief.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a few characters already serve as comic relief. I would really appreciate if they actually flesh Ponyhead out. I mean, which it feels like they're doing. Like, she's definitely more than just like a two-dimensional character than she was like the last 2 seasons. But you know, like, what are her problems? What are her struggles? Like, we're seeing Star, Tom, and Marco all developing as characters, but how is Ponyhead maturing and developing? So that's actually something I would really enjoy seeing, and I feel like, you know, fans would appreciate that because they would see her more like, okay, she's not just an annoying character, she's someone with depth, and she's someone who actually, you know, cares more than just like boys and partying.
Give her that redemption arc.
Yeah. And, you know, in the opening, there is a scene of Star going to Ponyhead's dimension, Star and Marco. So maybe we will get an episode where they go to Ponyhead's dimension and, like, we find out, like, oh, she is going through things. Maybe she has her own stresses of being a princess. I feel like that would be very, not necessary, but...
helpful.
Yeah. And, you know, it would justify her presence in the show. Because we're at the point where we don't need characters just for comic relief anymore. Because the characters themselves are already naturally funny. We have naturally funny moments. So it's not like we need a character that just like alleviates the tension all the time when they do that. Like everyone does that themselves just through natural dialogue.
Yeah.
But beyond that, this, like I said, solid episode. It was really simple plot. It flew by.
Yeah.
They just got to commit to Tom's character arc, whatever happens with him. Because I don't want to see, like, a season from now, it's back to normal. In terms of him, like, appearing and starts like, ugh, go away, I don't want to deal with you. And then him getting, like, mad at Marco or Joseph or Marco. And, you know, it seemed like he was actually getting past dating Star. So him actually dating Star, if they're actually going to do that, it needs to be justified, or else we'll be like, well, why the fuck did he even do this in the first place?
Yeah, there has to be some sort of outcome there
Yeah.
that serves the progress.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset, even though they're not shippers, because they're like, you know, Tom's been portrayed as like this really angry, out of control person who has like tried to manipulate both Star and Marco before. So I feel like people are going to have issues with him getting back with Star, especially since, you know, his character arc isn't really completely done yet. So I'm afraid that like people are going to be up in arms like, oh, so are you saying it's okay to have abusive relationships or stuff like that? So this is definitely a normal thing, like exes getting back together. That's something you do see in real life all the time, which is why I respect the fact that they're doing that, because it's not like it's unrealistic or out of the left field. I definitely think people are gonna interpret it the wrong way if we don't see Tom have growth and development that sticks throughout the rest of the series. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. So yeah, this was our review of Demonsism. Stay tuned for our review of Sophomore Slump. I also have a lot to talk about that episode. So as always, what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below or tweet directly to us at AwestruckVox and TommyPQM. We also have an official Discord, Amino app, and Patreon. Links to everything in the description. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please sort of like, share it with your friends, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications so you never miss a star review from the Roundtable. I hope you have a beautiful day. I've been AwestruckVox.
My name is Tom.
And we're signing out.